Welcome everybody, my name is Jeff Oster and today we'll be going through how to configure a desktop pool for Horizon on AVS. Let's jump right in. So the first thing we need to do is connect to our jump box. Once we're in our jump box, we can open a browser and head to our vSphere client. Once we're there, the first step is to create a new virtual machine under the templates folder. We're going to just call this one golden image. This will be kind of our base image for our pools. Accept the default compute resource, select your vSAN data store storage. Make sure we select Windows 10 64-bit for our guest OS. Under customized hardware, we need to change the network. And we're going to change, that's the servers. It's the segment we created in a previous video. And then we need to attach the data store ISO file and choose the Windows 10 installation media, and then make sure we hit the connect button. Go ahead and click next, submit, and let that installation go through. Once the installation is done, we need to get on our VM with the remote console. Make sure we install VMware tools, just so we get all the drivers and everything that we need so it's fully compatible in the VMware environment. You can mount that from the VMRC dropdown. Sometimes it takes a minute. If it doesn't pop up, you can always go to Windows Explorer and manually run it that way. We're going to go ahead and accept all of the defaults and let it install. And while it's finishing up, we can go ahead and rename this machine so it's not some random computer name. We're going to call it Golden Image so we can better track it on the network. Go ahead and click next, and then we're going to go ahead and restart it, make sure that VMware Tools is ready to go. Now we log back in as a user we created during installation. Now the next step is to join this to the vdi.contoso.org domain. So we input our domain name here. We use our VDI administrator credentials to join it. And then add that user as a local admin. And we're going to restart once again. Now we'll log in as that VDI admin user. Now the next step is to install the Horizon Agent software, which I've previously downloaded, put in the downloads folder. And this software will facilitate communication with the Horizon connection server. We go ahead and click yes on this. Sometimes it can take a minute to pop up. Again, we have to just wait a second for it to pop up automatically. We'll go ahead and click next. Accept the license agreement. IPv4. We're We're going to accept all the defaults for this installation for the demo. These can be modified at your needs. Click Next. And make sure Enable Remote Desktop is checked there. And finish. Now we click Finish. We need to make sure we do one more restart just to make sure upon login we don't get any error messages and everything's on the domain, everything looks good. So we can log back in now. You see there's some black command prompts there, just finishing the Horizon installation. Everything looks good there. Domain join still intact, so we're ready to shut this down and make a snapshot. So we can close that window, head back to vSphere client. And what we need to do is right click on the golden image, go to snapshots, take snapshot, and this is going to act as kind of our base snapshot that all the linked VMs will be deployed from. So give it a name, a description that makes sense. Okay. Now we can open the remote console to our Horizon connection server. And we're going to go to the admin page and go ahead and create a pool. So we log in with our VDI admin credentials again. Go ahead and open up the Horizon Administrative Console. Specify your credentials to log in. Now to create a desktop pool, we want to go to the bottom left and go to Desktops. And then click Add under the Desktop Pools title there. For this, we're going to use Automated Desktop Pool. So I'll use the vCenter template, virtual machine snapshots to create new machines. We're going to use Instant Clone technology. It shares the same base image and storage, so it saves a lot of energy. Go ahead and click Next. We're going to choose Dedicated and Automatic Assignment, so everybody will have their own machine and it automatically be assigned. We're going to select Use VMware Virtual SAN because that's the technology that that AVS uses. And for ID, give it a name. The ID and display name can be the same. We're just going to call it main pool. This is just how you can identify it in Horizon. Go ahead and give it a description. We're going to leave those two checked, enable provisioning. If there's any errors, it will stop provisioning. You can specify manual names, or you can do a naming pattern. We're going to go ahead and just do a naming pattern, starting with main pool, and then it'll add a number after each one. We're We're going to go ahead and create them all up front, and we're going to make 5 of them. You can also have these on demand, so when somebody logs in, it'll spin one up. So here we need to select our golden image that we created earlier. That's the VM. Then we choose the snapshot. You can choose different snapshots, but let's choose the master base snapshot that we created earlier. Of course, the virtual machine location, you can choose which folder to put it in. We're going to choose desktops. The cluster resource settings. And resource pool. And data stores, we're going to make sure we check vSAN. And the network will just use the network settings that the golden image is currently using. And we're going to keep the default compute profile settings. So the state will be enabled. We're going to change the log off after disconnect to 60 minutes. This can be modified to your desire. Allow users to restart machines. And then you can choose to show the machine name in the Horizon portal if you'd like, or you can just show the pool name. Right click Next. Leave the display protocols as is. Make sure we have the domain settings in here. You can choose which OU, which area to put it in. We're going to choose Manage Desktops in our environment. It's going to use clone prep to reset the SID. And there's many other things you can add in here that will pertain to your specific organization and environment. We're going to choose entitle users after adding the pool. So we click on Submit. Now we get the entitlement page. So we're going to click on Add. And we're just going to search any name with VDI in it. And this will search the entire Active Directory. We're going to add both to allow them both to log into the machines. Click OK. Now you can see our main pool has been created. It's going to start deploying machines. It does take a few minutes to start, but in the meantime you can look at the summary. You can see no machines yet, but they'll start to populate shortly. You can see the main pool folders already created under desktops in the vSphere client, and down there you can see power on, it's copying templates. If we go back to the Horizon portal, we can do a refresh and this should start showing up. So now we have all of our servers here, or all of our desktops, named in sequential order. We can go to the desktops area, view much more details, the machines, which image they're using. And when users are logged in, you can see the connected user, the assigned user, you can see who's entitled. And you can go back to vSphere, make sure that they all look good. So now we can go to the remote console of the Horizon connection server. Log in with our credentials. Now we'll sign out of the admin portal with our admin credentials so we can log in as the user in our user portal. So remove the admin from the URL. You can install the Horizon client or you can use the web access. We're just going to use the web access for this demo. log in as a standard user. VDI user is what we have. And you can see the main pools listed there. We click on it. It'll start connecting. Looks like it was successful. You can go to a website such as Bing, test connectivity. And we can open a private browser. We can log into the admin portal and just see what details we can see when users logged in. So go to sessions. We can see VDI user is on a desktop. You can see which sessions are on, what pool, DNS name, client version, which gateway they're connected to, the time, the duration. Lots of really useful information here. You can go ahead and sign out of that portal. We'll sign out of the VDI desktop. And then we can log out of the Horizon web client. And that's it. Everything looks successful. Thank you for watching.